My co-founder wants to be CEO. Imagine that your startup is closing its initial funding. Out of the blue, your co-founder demands to become co-CEO. And your co-founder says they will quit if you don't agree. I had this exact scenario happen to me when my company was closing its initial funding. In today's video, I'll share with you exactly how to deal with the situation where your co-founder demands to be CEO or co-CEO or to share power with you. I'll start by explaining why your co-founder is asking to be co-CEO, what your options are when this happens, and what you should do when this happens. I hope you like it. Hi, I'm Brett. On my channel, I help early stage startup CEOs like you raise money and grow your startup. So if this sounds like you, then hit the subscribe button and the bell so you get notified every time I release a new video. Let's get started. Why your co-founder is asking to be CEO. There are 3 likely reasons your co-founder is asking to be CEO, co-CEO, or to share power with you. The first reason is what I'll call founder privilege. In other words, as a co-founder of a startup, I have special privileges that the rest of the team doesn't have. And one of these privileges is that I get to approve all major decisions the company makes. The second reason is you've created a power vacuum. In this scenario, your co-founder senses that you are not stepping into the role of CEO. So they decide to step up and fill the vacuum. This second reason happens a lot with first-time CEOs. In fact, looking back, I believe this happened in my situation. I was indecisive and unsure of myself when I was starting my company as a first-time CEO. Don't think for a second that your co-founders will not sense this. As I said, I think this is pretty normal. The third reason is that your co-founder believes they will be better in the CEO role than you are. Sometimes it might be true that your co-founder would be better as CEO. Most of the time, it's not true. I'll get back to this later in the video. Now, what are your options when this happens? Let's go through each of these scenarios, your options, and what you should do. While being a founder is a special thing, there is no special privilege regarding the decision-making or day-to-day operations of the company. What should you do when this happens? The first thing you should do is understand why your co-founder is asking to share power. Be as intellectually honest with yourself as you can be, because it could be due to you creating a vacuum, as I pointed out above. I'd consult with a trusted advisor that you know will tell you the truth, not what you want to hear as well. Now let's go through your options. Option number 1, you let them share power with you. Let's start with the positives of this. The first positive of sharing power is you don't have to worry about your co-founder quitting for now, because you've given them what they want. The second positive is that you get another set of eyes agreeing to every decision. Now let's move on to the negatives. The first negative is that co-CEOs rarely work. I know there are cases where co-CEOs or an office of the CEO works, but it's the exception, not the rule. I challenged my co-founders to show me an example where co-CEOs worked and they couldn't do it. The second negative is co-CEOs' slow decision-making. One of the biggest advantages you have as a startup is that you can move quickly. Having to get consensus on every decision the company makes will slow things down. Now, this doesn't mean that you don't consult with your co-founders on a decision. It does mean that there are certain decisions that the CEO alone needs to make. I'll get back to this one in the one final thought segment at the end of today's video. The third negative is you lose control of the team. A big reason why co-CEOs don't work is there can only be one CEO or ultimate leader in a company. Your team needs to know who's in charge. When you have two CEOs, you end up with some people in the first CEO's camp and other people in the second CEO's camp. The result is infighting and chaos, and this will kill your company. Now, option number 2, just say no. In most cases, this is the preferable option. You just tell your co-founder that you're the CEO. It's what I did when my co-founders, Randy and Ken, demanded we have an office of the CEO. Now, I wouldn't just say no and walk away. I would explain why you're saying no. I used a don't and do statement to explain exactly why I wasn't going to do this. It went like this. I don't mean that I will not ask for your opinions and advice regarding key decisions. I do mean that there are some decisions that I, as CEO, have to, after considering all the information, make the final decision on. The first positive of doing this is you are explaining in a nice way to your co-founders that you are the CEO, that you're the leader. The second positive is that decision-making, especially key decision-making, would be much faster. Third, you eliminate the positive that inevitably comes with multiple leaders. The negative is you could force one of your co-founders to quit if you're not careful. So handle the conversation you're going to have with your co-founder carefully. As I said earlier, it's critical that you understand why your co-founder feels they should be CEO, co-CEO, or equally share in the decision-making. Now let's move on to option number 3. You fire them. This is the last resort. I wouldn't do this unless you have no other choice. Certainly, if one of your co-founders believes they should be CEO, then you might be put in a situation where you have no other choice but to fire them. Just remember, you want to get these decisions just right because your team, not just your co-founders, is watching how you handle various situations. And your team will always have an opinion on what you do. Good or bad, they're going to have an opinion. So, if you do decide to fire a co-founder, then handle the termination with class and grace. Now, if this content is resonating with you, then please hit the like button right now. One final thought. As CEO, you need to explain how you are going to make decisions. I'll break decisions up into 5 levels. The first are decisions that you can delegate to your team. In this case, they become the decision maker. This is great for departmental decisions or decisions that will not kill the company. The second are decisions that you'll vote on as a group. These are typically not mission-critical decisions. An example would be, what color should your company logo be? The third level decisions are consensus decisions. In this case, you'll let the group come to a consensus. The fourth level will be consultative decisions. This is typically what I'll call kill the company decisions, where a bad decision will possibly destroy the company. In this case, you'll consult with members of the team, but you'll make the final decision. The fifth level are decisions that you make alone. An example would be when you decide to fire a co-founder. In each case, except for level 5 decisions, tell your team how the decision will be made before the decision-making process begins. Now, what did you learn from today's video? Put your answer in the comments column below today's video. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments column too, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. Now, I have one more thing for you today. It's my free startup pitch deck template. It has all the slides you need to develop an awesome pitch deck. Click the link below today's video, and it's yours for free. And for more great content, click on the video at the end of today's video. And if you haven't already, then click the subscribe button to get notified every time I release a new video. Now, I'm Brett at brettjfox.com. Thanks for watching today. Take care. Bye.